Hi, this is Mr. Casella.
And Mrs. Casella.
This is our daughter, Ellie.
Hi.
And today we are going to have Ellie teach you all about owning a hedgehog.
Yeah. Hi, this is Cheeto. She is a 3-year-old African pygmy hedgehog. And some facts that you need to know if you are interested about getting a hedgehog. The first one, super important, is make sure that you have a good heat source for them. Naturally, they live in kind of a warm desert-like environment. So making sure that they have proper heat is very, very important to their survival. Otherwise, they can go into hibernation and die. Another fun fact about hedgehogs is that they are actually litter trained when they are not in the wild, obviously. When they are bred, they are litter trained, so they know to go on a single side of the cage. Hedgehogs are nocturnal, so if you are planning to get one, holding them around 7 or 8 at night is prime time to hold them, because that is just about when they'll be waking up, getting ready to go. Hedgehogs do need to be held every single day. It's important, otherwise they get cranky. Another fun thing about them is that they have very long legs, as you can see. In the wild, they eat things like grubs or worms or little insects. They are foragers, but in captivity, they eat kitten food because it's high in protein. So that's a nice, cheap, and easy alternative to that, but they also do really enjoy if you feed them live mealworms and some waxworms, which unfortunately we don't have right now. Another challenging thing about owning a hedgehog that you need to know is you do need to clip their back toenails. Speaking of which, they do kind of need to be clipped. Their front paws, as you can see, are not long at all, and that's because they do a lot of digging in that cage. And then a tip from having had one for a while, is put the wheel on the side where you want them to go to the bathroom. So on the side of their litter, put the wheel, because for some reason, when they run, they poop a lot. So I don't know what that's about, and if you're planning on holding them, give them a bath first sometimes, because then they can poop in the bath, and then for some reason, then they won't poop on you. So yeah, but as you can see, her quills are down right now, and she's letting me pet her. Oh, see, they hiss if they get mad. That's not her sneezing, that is a hiss. So, yeah.
And they also do that, like with their instincts, what is that?
Oh.
When you're touching them on the top, what do they think?
Oh yeah, so if you're going to hold a hedgehog, you never want to come in like that. I mean, Cheeto knows me, so she's pretty relaxed. It's kind of like the same thing with a horse. You wouldn't just go immediately and touch the butt, right? You're going to come from the front, you're going to let them see you, and then you're going to scoop, right? Because if you go from the top, they're going to think you're a predator, and they're going to get really scared. So making sure you're picking them up right. Another cool thing about hedgehogs is they come across a smell that they aren't familiar with. They do something called self-anoint, and what happens is they lick it a bunch, they'll bite it a little bit, they'll make a froth ball in their mouth, and they'll spit it on their back. And what that's doing is it's kind of the equivalent of when your dog rolls in something stinky like a fish, like she wants to kind of anoint herself with that smell. And in the wild, they actually do this with poisonous frogs because they're immune to the poison, but then their spikes will be poisonous. So it's a kind of a cool thing. They do it a lot when they're younger. Yeah.
Do they bite?
Hedgehogs do not bite out of aggression. The only time they bite is when they are self-anointing. Their defensive mechanism is hissing and popping. What that is they just put their spikes up and they try to stab you with it. So whenever she's angry, she never bites, and typically hedgehogs don't bite. Every now and then you can get a super, super cranky one, but it is very uncommon to have a hedgehog that will bite out of aggression.
Can they shoot their spikes? No,
they can't. They are actually more closely related to a hamster than they are a porcupine, fun fact. So, yeah.
Cool.
That's scary.
And I can't remember if you said, are they a daytime creature or are they nocturnal?
They are nocturnal. So have them in a nice spot where it's not going to keep you up at night. And again, I don't keep her in my room because my room gets really cold at night. So we have a heat fan on her in our basement so that she can stay nice and warm. But she also has a spot where she can get if she gets too warm too.
How much do you think she runs at night?
I think the average is 5 to 7 miles. A hedgehog, yeah. They run a lot.
What kind of cage do you keep her in?
I have her in a guinea pig cage. It's a nice split cage where she can have bedding on this side and then her litter on that side. So, yeah.
Any other recommendations if somebody's wanting one as a pet?
Be patient. It takes a long time for them to get used to you. I would suggest getting one brand new, like spending the money to get a baby one, because they do bond to their owners. So if you go online and get one from Craigslist, it'll take them a lot longer to like get used to you than a baby would. So Cheeto's bonded to me. If my mom were to come and try to pick her up from the top right now, she wouldn't be able to, but like Cheeto will let me do that. So.
And yeah. So do you get her at a pet store or Craigslist?
I got her from a breeder, actually. Making sure you get them from a licensed breeder is very important, because if they're not licensed, they can have something, there's the risk of the hedgehogs being like inbred, and they have something called wobbly hedgehog syndrome. So basically, if, you know, a brother is mated with a sister and they have like a litter, then the hedgehogs will basically never be able to walk, and then they'll have seizures and die before the age of 1. So getting a real licensed breeder is important, and yeah.
All right, well, thanks, Ellie, for teaching us about hedgehogs, and thank you, Cheeto, for being the star of the show. So there you have it. You know a little bit more about hedgehogs, and if you're ever thinking about a pet, feel free to let me or Mrs. Casella know, and have a great day.
Bye, everybody.